Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Ninja Knight. Make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So recently we've heard Todd McFarlane say that he could challenge an $80 figure, that he could challenge these big lions that are being imported. Well, I have to say, no chance. Mafex, or Mafex as some people would call them, have come out swinging yet again. They have released a fantastic Dark Knight Returns Batman. They have released a fantastic Batman Hush. They look like they're going to be releasing a fantastic Joker from that line. The movie line, in my opinion, has been absolutely wonderful that we've seen from the Zack Snyder universe. And I'm really looking forward to the Black Manta that is coming from that line. And now we have a Knightfall Batman, or Azrael as most people will know him, coming from this line. I'm super excited about this. Why am I excited about this? Well, one thing that you're guaranteed with this company, you get wonderful articulation, you get a wonderful sculpt that's accurate to the art that it's trying to depict, and you get plenty of accessories that come in this line as well too. So I'm very much so looking forward to this one, and as we scroll through some of the pictures and look at them, this looks like it just stepped right out of the comics. It has a really intricate, detailed design, beautiful paint, and as you can see, the different points of articulation here show us that this is going to be a wildly articulated figure, which is very exciting in my opinion. So here is the Knightfall Batman. I presume that we might see a red version of this down the line because he did switch up suits, and for anybody that remembers in those old Kenner Batman days, they did have a variety of suits that did accompany this character. So I would say that it's possible we will see a red version of this later on down the line. So here we have an unmasked head, and this is another point of contention that I think that this line absolutely whoops the McFarlane line. I know a lot of people out there are going to say, but they're $20 figures, you can't expect too much. No, hang on. Todd McFarlane himself has said that he will challenge lines like this. He has not showed that one iota thus far. I think that this line is absolutely wonderful, and I think, for me personally, I'm going to be going all in on this. If I had the choice of spending 4 times 20 on the McFarlane figures or purchasing this at $80, it's an easy choice for me. I'm purchasing this. They use the face print technology, which is an absolute given in my opinion for action figures these days. You cannot get away with just mundanely painting a figure anymore. You have to use the print technology. It's being used in Power Rangers, it's being used in Star Wars, it's being used with Ghostbusters all over Hasbro. The game has changed, it has moved on, and McFarlane is in the past. Now that's not the only reason why McFarlane is in the past. The articulation in this line is absolutely sublime. It's absolutely brilliant. And I also think the accessories that you get with this are very important. You will see trigger fingers on the McFarlane characters in characters that haven't had guns in the past. Hey, for example, Superman. Here we have the unmasked blonde head, and I think that this looks absolutely wonderful. He looks angry, he looks annoyed, and I love the way he's holding the helmet here in his hands. Very nice. We can also see the cuts and articulation, and we get a little bit of a look at the articulation. We have a nice leg that's coming there from here, and we seem to have maybe a ball joint, maybe drop down hinges, and we have this nice cod piece here. In my opinion, when you look at the cod piece on the McFarlane figures, they look like a nappy. They look like a diaper. So I think that this is a much cleaner look, and it looks way better in my opinion. Now we know a lot of people are going to say, you hate the McFarlane stuff. I don't. I want to see it improving. I want to see Todd putting his money where his mouth is and actually proving to us as fans that he is worthy of holding that license and that he can hold a candle to these figures. I believe he can. He just needs to get out of his own way, in my opinion. So here we have beautiful articulation. Looks really nice, and we have a beautiful wired cape. Now this sets Mafex a game ahead and a way apart again, in my opinion. The wired cape is absolutely necessary for characters like this. Personally, I think it gives a variety of different looks, and it also then stops you from having to purchase future editions of it with an alterated cape that's made purely in plastic. I think that these fabric capes are absolutely wonderful and are the way to go forward. We can see a little bit of the articulation here with the arms and the hands, alternate hands as well too here, and the way the head can tilt as well. I think that this is looking absolutely wonderful now personally. I am looking very much so forward to this. This is a figure that I'm looking forward to. I think that we might see more accessories later on down the line, particularly from this line, because I think with the promo image here, they generally do pack about 4 or 5 sets of hands. I know in the Dark Knight Returns Batman, I think there was about 4 or 5 sets of hands. Again, another thing that steps it in a world of its own, in my opinion, that's giving you multiple hands to play with and to have different sort of stances with the character as well too, which I think is highly important. Ultimately, I think Mafex or Mafex, whichever way you want to call it, are absolutely killing it. They're doing a fantastic job, and I have to say, I've purchased nearly everything from it that they've released. I'm actually trying not to purchase everything because the stuff is so good. I think going forward, we could see plenty more from this Knightfall storyline. We could see a Batman, we could see a Bane, we could see Azrael in a different suit as well too. Like I said earlier on, the red suit. We're already seeing that Mafex are going to move into doing the Hush line. We're seeing a Joker from that line. I think we'll see many other characters from that line. We're going to see Hush. We're seeing Batman the animated series from this line as well too. I mean, can you imagine a fully articulated with alternate expressions, alternate hands of various characters within that line? Not only Batman, Mr. Freeze, Joker, Two-Face, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Jim Gordon. I mean, the options are limitless from this company, and I have to say I'd be fully behind them. I think that this looks excellent. I'm purchasing this 100%. I've purchased the Dark Knight Returns Batman. I've purchased the black edition of the Batman Hush. I will be purchasing the Joker. I have all of the figures from the movie line, and I think that these guys are a world apart. They're way ahead of the game, and it certainly takes an awful lot of catching up, in my opinion, to get towards this level of quality. What do you guys think? Are you happy with purchasing the cheaper versions of these characters and the less articulated and the more immobile versions of these characters with less accessories? Or would you like to see McFarlane step up the game and start to move in this type of direction? We've heard him talk about it in the past. Other YouTubers, other people, other commentators certainly try to skirt between not making too much criticisms. I don't care. I'm not like that. I'm not looking for a freebie here. I'm going to tell the truth. So would you like to see McFarlane moving in this direction, that they're going to give more high quality articulation, going to give more accessories? I personally hope they do. I would like to see McFarlane succeed, and this is the type of things that he needs to do. He needs to work on the scaling. He needs to work on the paint apps, in my opinion, the likes of the face prints. He needs to work on the accessories as well too. They're 3 big things for an action figure collector, and I think that Mafex here, or Mafex, whichever way you want to describe it, is doing a wonderful job. Will you be picking up this Azrael Knightfall Batman, or will you be waiting to see if a cheaper option comes later on down the road? Have you picked up any other figures from this line? As I said, the Justice League line from this movie has been absolutely wonderful. We've also seen the Batman Hush. We've also seen the future figures that are going to be coming from this line. Have you purchased or pre-ordered any of those? Now, with Mafex or Mafex, again, whichever way you want to pronounce it, they are generally late. But I think in terms of quality, I've gotten nothing but quality figures from these guys. So I don't mind the lateness once the QC is good, once everything is packed with it. And I think the more time that's been given to develop these figures, the better they end up being. And you have ultimately more time to save for these figures before they come out. That is my way of looking at it. What do you think of the Knightfall storyline? Do you think that they will move into another territory in this line and decide then to make other characters within that story? Would you like to see this company making other characters other than Batman? Would you like to see them doing something from Flash? Maybe Flashpoint. I would love to see a reverse Flash from this line. I think that would be absolutely killer. Would you like to see them doing more Superman stuff? Maybe a Lex Luthor, Metallo, characters like that? Let me know in the comments. Drop a like on the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you later. Good luck.